This is how Tesla is clobbering everybody else. This is going to be near impossible for anybody to come up with something that's going to have less hours per vehicle. This is really brilliant, brilliant. Absolutely everything here is just brilliant. I love good engineering. So how is anybody going to catch up or get better? I'm waiting for suggestions.
In this video, the engineering expert of experts, Sandy Munro, and the rest of the world reacts to Tesla's epic cyber rodeo. Let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. First up, Sandy Munro losing his mind once again over Tesla's incredible engineering, also pointing out how absolutely the so-called competition is. If you guys and girls have the time, I highly recommend the full video on the Munro Live channel. There's a link in the description, runs for almost 20 minutes. I'm just going to feature a few key highlights.
This is a casting. So you got the front casting, the rear casting. This is going to be near impossible for anybody to come up with something that's going to have less hours per vehicle. This is really brilliant.
We all know Sandy knows exactly what he's talking about. And this is an extremely strong, although accurate statement. Almost impossible, nigh impossible for anyone to catch up to Tesla in terms of how quickly they can produce a vehicle. We heard a few months ago, VW are spending around 30 hours to put together one of their electric vehicles versus Tesla at around 10 hours. That's not a gap, that's a chasm.
This right here is absolutely brilliant. And now we got the front castings. This is really exciting. Look at the brilliance associated with putting the seat risers and whatnot right into the battery pack so you can pick the whole works up. This is just brilliant. I love good engineering.
Sandy can hardly contain his excitement. Brilliant, exciting, brilliant. He's right, but to see somebody with such extensive experience and expertise in automotive manufacturing this excited every time. Munro looking at examples of Tesla engineering is like a kid in a candy store.
Let's talk about wing mirrors. What do you think this is, boys and girls? That's a camera. And now for the best news. This was the original design for the Model X. Can't believe that after they showed this, proved it out, and everything else, still we've got the government. Well, you know, we really gotta have mirrors. That way, when somebody tears one off in the parking lot, you can't see a damn thing in back of you. Oh, cameras, oh no. Cameras are a thing of the future. They will never be able to surpass what we can get out of a wing mirror. Unbelievable.
Sandy clearly fired up about the severe brain damage within some of the regulatory bodies, and I totally agree. I just don't understand. When somebody has a reasonable, logical, rational argument, hey, this is an alternative. It's not currently legal, but check it out. It has this feature and that feature. It's superior in this way and that way. And then for it to be rejected? I mean, this is 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Tesla's thinking cameras better than mirrors. Also helps a lot for aerodynamics, which then also helps with operational costs of your car. Less energy required to propel you because it's more aerodynamic, means it costs you less to own and operate. This kind of shit is so frustrating. Great idea, unable to see the light of day for a decade. Not because it doesn't make sense, but because it's scary, because it's new and different.
But brilliant, absolutely everything here is just brilliant. I love good engineering. Okay, so let's talk about what I was talking about always, and that is, how do we get to the minimum number of parts? So let's have a look at this. This is the front section of the Tesla Model Y. Have a look up there. That's all the bits and pieces that you normally have if you were welding it all together. You can see there's a lot of them. Try and think of how many opportunities for mistakes you've got when you got that many components. And it all boils down to what you wind up here, and this can be twisted and turned, and you can have a multitude of different problems. Let's have a look at what it looks like when we do a casting. Down here is the front casting, and you can see that it's obviously one piece, and then we look up, and that's the amount of aluminum that you squirt inside of it to make that. When you get all done, what have you got? A one-piece product that no one has to touch. No one. This is how Tesla is clobbering everybody else.
Sandy's on an absolute tear here. Great descriptor. Tesla really clobbering everyone else, and this is the perfect visual example. The fact that Tesla, of all the automotive companies on the planet, the fact that it was Tesla, this brand new entrant to automotive manufacturing, who thought, is there a better way? Then found a better way, and have now implemented a better way, and this better way isn't just an incremental improvement, it is a staggering improvement. It's kind of embarrassing. What have all these automotive manufacturers been doing the whole time? I think the answer to that question is jack fucking shit. It seems in business, the more comfortable a company gets, the more future pain is guaranteed. It seems that literally everything Tesla put their big brains towards solving and improving, they do. And not just a little, substantially. Tesla goes from a total fucking noob that has no idea what they're doing to world-class, industry-leading, best on the fucking planet in no time at all, on everything they touch. Which automotive manufacturer has the best software capabilities? Tesla. How about the best profit margins? Excluding Ferrari, also Tesla. The most incredible manufacturing technology and innovations? Tesla. Best thermal management system? Tesla. The most efficient electric vehicles? Tesla. The safest vehicles? Tesla. Who invented the world's most commercially viable battery cell? Also Tesla. I could keep going on. Tesla has so much intelligence and capability. No matter what they focus on, if it's important, they will come up with the best solution on the planet.
Think about all those bits and pieces over there that have to be stamped. All of them have to be welded together in jigs and fixtures. Usually you use robots to do all that work. All that stuff takes up space inside your factory. This factory gets a whole lot smaller and a whole lot higher quality by using a single casting. So how is anybody going to catch up or get better? I'm waiting for suggestions.
Well, I think Sandy's going to be waiting until the day he dies, hopefully in the vastly distant future. And now from the expert of experts to the mainstream finance media.
It was vintage Elon Musk last night, right from the get-go. He drove out on stage in the very first Roadster that Tesla built. This was back in the days when it was a Lotus frame and they basically put their battery pack on it. And when he drove out, what was he wearing? A big black cowboy hat. I wouldn't say Elon has gone full Texas, but he certainly has embraced the state. And he basically said to the crowd that was there, several thousand invite-only attendees, that the deliveries, as they begin now at the Texas Gigafactory, this is going to be a plant that is building Model Ys for sale in the eastern U.S. because there's more demand than supply right now. And in the words of Elon, this is the most advanced auto plant in the world.
The prototypes, they require imagination and they're not easy, but relative to production, prototypes are easy. Production is hard. And this building is the most advanced car factory that Earth has ever seen.
And it'll be busy, too. The capacity, 500,000 vehicles.
Just a quick correction here. This 500,000 units figure is actually the stated goal, maybe not their actual goal, but the stated goal Tesla has for the first stage of ramping Model Y production in Austin. This doesn't include Cybertruck, Semi, Roadster, a dedicated robotaxi, Tesla bot, or anything else. If we look on screen now, a slide from the presentation yesterday at Cyber Rodeo clearly says, and I quote, 1 million plus vehicles per year once ramped. And by the way, that plus is a gigantic sandbag. Remember when they told us Shanghai, 500,000 plus units per year when fully ramped? It's already almost at 1 million. Massive expansion coming, that's soon to be 1.25, maybe as high as 1.5 million, plus another massive rumored expansion of another 1 million plus units of capacity. In other words, Shanghai very clearly on track to be 2+ million vehicles per year. Tesla told us 500,000 plus. Do the math. And surely you've figured out the same also is true of Gigafactory Berlin, which most of the mainstream media and the stock analysts seem to think is 500,000 units of capacity when fully ramped, done and dusted, the end. No. That's stage one. Just wait.
Look at the size of this plant. It is huge. It is massive. And that capacity, 500,000, look, they're not going to get there right away, but that's what they believe they can ultimately achieve in terms of annual production. It is expected to use the new 4680 battery cells. That's where the battery cells are actually part of the frame. They connect the front part of the vehicle with the back part of the vehicle. You basically have three giant pieces that come together. Tesla's annual sales will get a boost, not only from this Gigafactory, but also from the Gigafactory that has just opened in Berlin. The current estimate is for the company to deliver 1.47 million vehicles this year.
So the Wall Street consensus estimates now almost 1.5 million vehicles delivered in 2022 for Tesla. They're getting closer to the mark, but here's one I prepared earlier. This is from 2022. in January. This is where Wall Street was back in January. Nothing at all has changed between now and then, except inevitable openings of new factories, Austin and Berlin, which we knew were about to open. There is absolutely no valid excuse for being this wrong. Just a few months ago, Wall Street, not even 1.3 million. Now they've found another 200,000 units of volume out of absolutely nowhere. What accounts for this? Of course, the most obvious excuse for the Wall Street analyst here is, oh, well, I didn't exactly know when Austin and Berlin would open, so I just completely left them out of my model because I'm a fucking moron and assumed, well, I don't know when they'll open. And I'm so unsure that I'm just going to give myself a margin of error of about 12 months, assuming that it is actually possible, feasible, in fact, realistic, or maybe even likely that by the end of this year, Tesla still won't have produced any vehicles at Austin and Berlin. This is the only excusable way that you'll come up with such a ridiculously low estimate for Tesla deliveries. And the only way that one would draw this conclusion is if they don't know anything at all about Tesla or their production, aren't paying any attention to any of the signs at all about Austin or Berlin. Now, some of you may think I'm being a little bit harsh on these Wall Street analysts, and I am, because I personally believe the whole point of an analyst on Wall Street, the whole reason these folks have price targets and put out estimates for deliveries and this, that, and the other, is as a predictor of what's going to happen. By its very nature, predictions about the future include an element of uncertainty. These guys and girls are getting paid to use their big brains to try and fill in some of that uncertainty. It seems that in the case of Tesla, the average Wall Street analyst doesn't see themselves as an analyst, but instead as a reporter telling us what's already happened. Thanks, Einstein. I really needed you to suddenly add some volume to your estimates after the new factories that we already knew were going to open actually opened. Well done. You really helped a lot. Alright, I'm done shitting on the Wall Street analysts for being gigantic pussies, too scared to use their own brain and go out on a limb and make a prediction about something they don't have absolute certainty on about ahead of time. So, let's move on.
And again, there is a huge demand for the Model Y and a 5 to 6 month wait by one estimate. Dan Ives out with a note this morning saying, look, you got to wait 5 to 6 months if you want a Model Y. This should cut down on that wait time. Don't forget, Tesla reports its Q1 earnings in a couple of weeks. You guys know the date, right? April 20th. Get it? 4/20?
4/20? All right. That's pretty good. I like it.
What the fuck? Has anyone else noticed? It almost seems like the CNBS panel has just really flipped from mostly hating on Elon Musk and hating on Tesla to appreciating some of the nuances, enjoying the company and Elon's humor. Any OG viewers remember Salty McSalton? Even he's flipped.
Tesla opening its plant in Austin at long last with a cyber rodeo is what Elon Musk called it. I was reading details of this, Brian Sazi. Apparently it opened with drones forming the shapes of the Texas state flag, as well as a Shiba Inu, reportedly. There you see Elon Musk in his cowboy hat. Oh, look, there's a big belt buckle as well. So he is definitely going full Texas here. The goal of this factory is to produce 500,000 Model Ys per year. But what also caught my eye here, Saz, is he also talked about finally bringing the Cybertruck to market, as well as the Roadster and some of the other cars that have been long promised from Tesla that have not actually materialized. So maybe having this plant will finally get that stuff out there.
Well, don't think for a second that Elon Musk does not know what he's doing here. First of all, Elon Musk in a black cowboy hat with the Ray-Ban aviators, a t-shirt, and he raises his arm like this. He knows just these photos are going to live on forever on his new big investment Twitter. It's more Elon marketing Tesla. And you do have to tip your hat, your 10-gallon hat to him, I guess, Julie, because he clearly knows what he's doing in that regard.
Hard to argue with that. Tesla's still not paying to advertise their products because they're so good they sell themselves, and events like this certainly don't hurt. Cyber Rodeo received an enormous amount of coverage in the press. Everyone's talking about this event. One thing to note, this isn't just about boosting Tesla's brand or creating awareness or enhancing their cool factor. In part, throwing this gigantic party is a great way to say thank you, Texas, for welcoming Tesla. Another key here is for recruiting talent. Just imagine you're not super familiar with Tesla, you see this gigantic party of the fucking century. Wait, oh, I'm in Texas, wait, they've got jobs going? Maybe I'll look into this. Next minute, working for Tesla. We know about the ecological paradise that Elon Musk has promised at Giga Austin. Tesla is really doing their best to make this an absolute hub for talent. Cyber Rodeo epic event. Not only the first made in Texas with the 4680 battery cells and structural battery pack Model Ys being delivered to customers, Tesla officially opening the biggest factory on the fucking planet. To the moon indeed. And don't forget, sign up to Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment to gain instant access to well over 100 exclusive videos, every topic you can imagine, plus loads of other exclusive content and perks, including up-to-date access to my Tesla price targets all the way up until the end of the decade. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.